Excellent. It looks like I'm live on Facebook, and now I'm live connected to YouTube. So, of course, wouldn't you know it, as soon as I click the button to go live, the construction workers here in our building turned on an air compressor next door. But it got quiet now. So, anyway, if you're here, say hello in the comments. Let me know you can hear me and see me. Jamie, you did make it. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. You're going to like this message today, I hope. I sound like a radio show announcer, don't I? I'm working on a website and I wasn't really paying attention and I almost missed my scheduled time today. I need to set a reminder. But it's become part of my day, so I usually check the time. Anyway, let me know you can hear me, and I'll get started here in just a moment. Let me know what you've got going on. It was a really short all hands. Oh, well, I guess so, because Jamie texted me earlier and said she wasn't going to make it. She had an all hands today, and first of all, that's okay. Meetings sometimes take precedence over Dan, and that's okay. But it was only, I don't know, 20 minutes ago you texted me, I think. So, can you hear me okay? Well, hopefully, I'm sure your reply will come. Yep, can hear you. Thanks, Jamie. Anybody else that's just joining us, feel free to say hello in the comments, and I'll go ahead and get started on what my thoughts are for today, Tuesday, August, 4th? I thought today was Wednesday already. That's one of the, I don't know if that's a benefit or a downside of making my schedule as I go, is sometimes I just lose track of what day it is. That's not my thought for the day, but I just thought I'd share that with you. And honestly, it's kind of nice that I don't have to worry about what day it is. I get to do what I want to do for the most part, and it blends sometimes into the weekends, but I enjoy it, and it's okay. So anyway, my thought, I'll start with a question, is why do some people choose to take action while others seem to be waiting for the right moments? So I mentioned before my friend David Hancock and his co-author of Performance-Driven Thinking, Bobby Kipper. There's the book. If anyone wants to check it out, feel free to send me a note and I can send you a link. I use Bookshop. Bookshop is a organization structured to support independent book dealers. So when you purchase through there, of course, I get some small change as an affiliate commission if you purchase through my link, but the bigger piece of it is that all of those purchases, the money that is earned there goes to support independent book dealers, which is awesome. Anyway, David Hancock and Bobby Kipper talk about this in their book, Performance-Driven Thinking. They say that performance by individuals doesn't depend solely on the desire or on the effort and will to succeed, but that these things need to be interconnected through a particular thought process, which they've defined and labeled as performance-driven thinking. That process connects desire to the longing or hope for something you want. Desire, which is to long for or hope for something that you want. And then connecting that with the will or the ability to decide, attempt, or bring desire to action. They go in depth on many of these things that can help you achieve more in the book, and apply the performance-driven thinking model through the different aspects of your life. But today I wanted to hit on a couple specifics. And I would encourage you, of course, to read that book. The Only Way to Break Free from the Ordinary. Back up, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself on my notes. So I'll start again with a question, and I'd love for you to share in the comments a simple answer. But have you accepted the ordinary? And or do you feel defeated in any particular aspects of your life? Have you accepted the ordinary? And it's okay if you don't comment, because I'll continue. The only way to break free from ordinary and avoid defeat is to step out of what we've become comfortable with, what society has defined as what we should be doing. And we need to change the way we think. We've talked about that a little bit over the past few weeks, obviously. And then we need to adjust our attitudes. Jamie says she thinks she's accepted ordinary for now. I like that you added "for now," Jamie. Now, so in order to, only temporarily. Good. I love to hear that, and I appreciate you sharing that. So what do you need to do to break free of the ordinary and to avoid defeat? The only way I think you can move in the direction that you want to go is to define, of course, what you want. That's number one. But then create action steps and start moving in the direction you want to go. In the book Performance Driven Thinking, they list 10 attitudes that we need to address in order to start achieving more. And I agree. And before I go through the list and share some thoughts about each of the attitudes, Jamie. Oh, I appreciate your comments. I lost track of what I was saying. So, before I go through this list, I want to point out, as I go through this, think about how the different attitudes are all interconnected. And I'll point it out in a couple places. As I went through this list this morning and made some notes about each of them, I realized how interconnected they actually were. So think about that as we go through them. But all right, so if you're lacking in one of these 10 attitude areas, start making an action. I encourage you, I'm not going to tell you, but start making an action plan today to improve in one or more of them and see what that does to help you start achieving more now. So organization. I know a lot of us out there struggle with organization. I'm not unaffected, I promise you. If your world's chaotic, though, then you might need to become better organized. And better doesn't mean organized. It just means better organized. So can you take simple steps to start getting there now? The answer is yes, no question. Determination is the next one. Do you find that you're able to set goals and work toward achieving them? If not, maybe you can evaluate why those goals are set to begin with. Are they meaningful to you? Or is someone else or something else driving those as priorities for you? Connecting your goals to something that's meaningful to you can help you improve determination to succeed. So already we see how these are connected to some of the things we've talked about and probably interconnected. So being better organized will help you think through and develop clearer strategies and clearer goals, and tying those goals back to things that you care about. Which leads us to discipline. So discipline is, some of you have told me that you lack discipline that it might take to be an entrepreneur, and that's okay. But I'd suggest that this is connected with the other 9 attitudes, and that you can create action steps to become, again, better disciplined. Doesn't mean discipline, just better disciplined. If you start aligning with the right goals and the right reasons, you work on organization, you work on determination, do you think you become more disciplined? I think the answer is yes. Does that equate to more success? I think the answer is yes. Passion. Again, I think this is well connected. All of these, as I mentioned in the beginning, and I'll keep saying, are interconnected. But are you asking yourself what you're passionate about? Have you determined what that looks like for you? If not, take some time today and think about what you're passionate about. Write it on a sticky note and put it on your mirror. Love of life. Do you have a love of life? Understanding what you might not be happy with, why you might not be happy with where you are, what's happening in your life right now, will help you to start exploring how you can have more enjoyment and more love of life. Again, taking time for yourself. We've talked about that, right? Taking time to yourself and something that you enjoy to your schedule deliberately so that you're more committed to take that time will be helpful. It's being intentional about it, but being able to take that break, enjoying nature, finding a new hobby or some other things are all ways to start living better and get more love of life into your world. And I think I have some other comments about that, but I'll come back to it. So the next attitude is flexibility. Being flexible is an important attitude. How do you react when things don't go as planned? This ties in again to all of the other attitudes, but if you react negatively when something doesn't go as planned, are you truly flexible? I'm going to say that the answer is probably no. And what do you need to do to become more flexible? Can you focus on adding more patience? Thinking about how those things actually affect you might be a way to increase your flexibility, right? You do not have the power to control other people's attitudes, other people's performance, or other people's choice to perform. You can only control your choice to perform. So, be more flexible. Honesty. Are you being honest? Are you being honest with yourself? And are you being honest with others? I think that's self-explanatory. Self-esteem. I think it also goes without saying, but start empowering yourself today. Look, if you're here, I'm going to tell you, I believe in you. I hope that you believe in me. I believe in me. I believe that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And maybe that's not the same answer tomorrow, but right now, that's what I believe. And I believe that to be true for you. You were born to be great. You were born to be successful. You have unique talents and skills that the world can benefit from. Get comfortable with that today. Go out and be great today. Now, finally, the last attitude is generosity. Are you generous? Whether that's with your time, money, kindness, or maybe there's something else that you're generous with. But being generous enables much more openness in your life. People are more apt to open up to you when you're generous with them, with your time, with kindness. They're more willing to support you. And if I'm being completely honest, being generous just feels good. So all of these attitudes work together. And if you're lacking in one particular attitude as they've defined them in performance-driven thinking, then start looking at what action steps you can take towards improving in one of those attitudes today. And remember that you definitely have everything you need within you to be great. It's a matter of choosing. Whatever you need to work on, create those action steps and just start improving. I believe that you'll find your place. You can leverage your uniqueness. You can be successful in bringing your dreams to life instead of continuing to put them aside for other people, for other reasons, for other things. Get back in touch with your dreams, whatever those childhood dreams were that you had. Don't ignore them any longer. We only get older as each day goes by. If you put those dreams aside for too long, one day you'll wake up and wonder, what if? And I don't want you to wonder anymore. I don't want any of you to wonder anymore. I want you to go out and be great today. Jamie, I hope that helps you pull your head out of your ass, as you said. Those were my thoughts today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your comments are. You know, what were you feeling while we were talking about those attitudes? I'd love to hear that from anybody that's listening. And I'm quiet because the comments sometimes take a minute or two to come through. And that was my message for today. I hope that it was inspiring, empowering. Honestly, I just hope that you will decide to take action today and not be a bystander in your own life. It's bad enough to be an innocent. No, there's no such thing as an innocent bystander, first of all. You either make a choice to get involved or you make a choice not to get involved. And today I don't want you to be a bystander in your own life anymore. And Jamie says, these are really excellent points, and I'm going to rewatch it again to make sure I have them written correctly. Yeah, I didn't do well on keeping up with notes, Jamie. I'll see if I can fix that. And Jamie and I chatted beforehand, and I told her, I says, your all hands meeting, you're going to miss a good one today. Of course, I feel like they're all good, and I say that, not all of them, but I feel like I say that a lot. I hope that you truly find value in these lives, and I really would appreciate knowing what each of you might be struggling with so that I can, look for messages that might be beneficial to you. As I develop these more. I started off this live stream with a plan only to do this for a few weeks and really just talking about how I could share, well, not how, but sharing my experiences with you, the pain that I was feeling and the discoveries that I had made in order to move in a direction that is more suitable for me. That's where I started this with. It was only supposed to be for, a couple weeks. And here I am. I think we're in week 4. And if you keep showing up, I'll keep showing up. You inspire me to be better each day. And I continue to find these messages at just the right times, because I honestly start the morning with no idea what I'm going to talk about. But Jamie's comment was that this was a good one. I was right. So thank you for that. Anyway, that's my message for today. I want you to go out to be empowered. I want you to stop being an innocent bystander in your future, in your own life. I want you to feel better about who you are. You do have, each of you has unique abilities and gifts that the world is meant to hear from you, to know you and for those unique gifts and abilities. And whatever that is for you, I hope that you can get in touch with that. I want you to get in touch with that. But it starts with identifying what those 10 characteristics look like in your life today and where you need to spend time improving. Pulling all of those together so that you can start focusing on performance first in your thinking and then applying that in your life. So I have a special thanks to my friend and mentor, David Hancock for introducing me to that book. Um, I appreciate all that he's done for me so far, and all of that book has done for me in my own thinking. And I hope that just that little tidbit today was helpful for you in your thinking. All right, I think I'll close there. It was great to see you. Great to be here with you. Again, you inspire me to be better each day. I appreciate those of you that show up. And as always, join us in the Facebook group, The Clarity Collective. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how I can help you and what you're struggling with. And until tomorrow, have a great day.